Hello, Sacred Family. I wanted to talk to you guys about mindful eating. So, years ago on my path, I had a mentor tell me to chew my food for once for every year that I was alive. So, as I started to age, I was like, this is a lot of chewing. And, I don't do that now. I don't count my chews. But I do know that being that mindful with our food is very, very important. In India and often in a lot of other countries, they don't use silverware. They use their hands to eat. David told me when he was in Mauritius, their food wasn't even put on a plate. It was like parchment paper, some sort of a wax paper. And it was just put on there, and then everyone just ate with their hands. And often they would scoop it up with whatever bread there was, but they ate with their hands. And there are actually receptors in our hands that help us to connect with our food more. So when we're just shoveling food in our mouth with a fork or spoon, or we're not as mindful about it. And so I started eating with my hands. I started eating my salads and everything. Of course, I would wash my hands thoroughly before I ate, but this started to become my practice. And then chewing my food until it was a soup, like a soup in my mouth. Our saliva helps to break the food down and helps our bodies to process it better. So chewing it mindfully also is a really, really good practice in helping us to be healthier and to connect better with our food. We're not going to be eating as much if we really slow that down, enjoy each and every bite, and chew it until it's completely processed, and we're not like in a hurry or on our phone distracted or watching TV and just when I used to watch a show and eat popcorn. Now I don't ever eat corn is one of the things that my higher self told me years ago not to eat, and I have since learned why. It's very toxic and our bodies can't process it. So I do not eat corn, but I used to love popcorn, and I would watch a show and I could eat a whole bag of it, just mindlessly popping it in my mouth. So when we're more mindful of what we are doing and paying attention, it's going to help us to be healthier, to connect with our body temples and know what it really wants and what it needs. When we should never be eating to where we're really full and feel heavy, like, that feeling is not something that is good for us. It overtaxes our body and our digestive system. So being really mindful in what we eat, and even learning to ask our bodies if it wants something before we eat it. Often our mind might think we want something because it correlates it with an emotion of feeling loved or whatever, but it might be something that's not for our highest good. So being mindful and asking ourselves too, is this something that you want? Ask before you eat it. So these are some practices that I hope will help you on your path of being mindful and really listening to your body and what it needs. So much love to you, Sacred Family. Love, love, love.